Let's take a look at developing a model that's quadratic in form on a TI-82 calculator. Okay, well, we have these points here, and it says for the following data points, find the quadratic model. Go over my calculator. I'm going to go to my Stat button, this one right here. I won't go into Edit, so do enter on Edit. And if you have numbers here, you go ahead and press Delete to clean them out. There are other ways to clean them out, but that's a very simple one. Not very fast, but it's simple. Now I want to put my x values in L1. So I got 1 through 7. So I'll do 1 enter, 2 enter, 3 enter, 4 enter, 5 enter, 6 enter, and 7 enter. And then I'm going to write it over, and I'm going to put my y values in L2. So I got 5 enter, 17 enter, 31 enter, 32 enter, 23 enter, 5 enter, and 1 enter. Now I'm going to double check my numbers. 1, 5, 23, 32, 31, 17, 5. Okay, I'm going to exit out. So I'll do second mode. Now we're going to go back into our Stat button, and you see the Calc menu right here. We're going to right arrow to go over to it, and you see this one that says Quadratic Regression. That has a 6 next to it. So you just press the number that's in front of it. So I press 6, and then we press enter on it. Okay. So what we have, we got y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. And we plug in what we just found. I'll take them to, I don't know, 2 decimal places, I guess. So 0.09 with a 5 there would round this up. So this becomes negative 3.1 x squared. B, which is 23.19, so plus 23.19x. And then C, which is negative 14.57. And that would be our quadratic model that best represents that data. Now I'm going to show what it looks like, but that's how you develop a quadratic model. If I, you see I got y equals here, and then above that says stat plot. Well, I went to y equals, and I'm going to clean out what I have there. So I'll press clear. Now I'm going to go to stat plot. So I do second y equals. I'm going to go into plot 1, so I just do enter on the first one there. Now I want to select the on, and how I select it is my flashing cursor is on, so I press enter one time. Down arrow. And this first one is a scatter plot. That's plotting points. And you see it says L1 and L2 for highlighted. If those aren't highlighted, you come down to there, you move your cursor on whichever one you're trying to highlight, and then you press enter. Like if I press enter on L5, see how it's highlighted. I want it to be L1 though. That's where I put my x values. Okay, now once you get that, if you press zoom, you see that it goes down to Z trig. If I keep down arrowing, you're going to see zoom stat, which is number 9. You can simply press number 9 at the very beginning, or once you down arrow to it, you can press enter on it. And that's our scatter plot. And you can see it looks like a quadratic. Well, let's graph this and see what it looks like. Now if I press my y equals, and put negative 3.1, and then my x key, x squared, plus 23.19x, minus 14.57. And let me double check all that. Looks good. Now if I press graph, you see it gives me my model. Now, it doesn't go through all the points. That's not what a model is. A model gives you the best graph that goes through those points with the least amount of error. And that's what this one would be. I could have done that differently over here in y equals. Let me press clear on that. These values are stored in A, B, and C. Well, if I, you see I got bars here. Bars brings up this menu, which statistics is our number 5. So I press 5. I'm going to right arrow over the equation, and what do you see? You see A, B, and C here, don't you? So I'll do enter on A, and then x squared plus, and then I'm going to go back into my vars, choose 5 for statistics, right arrow twice the equation, and I choose 2 for B. We're just pressing the numbers in front of it. And then x, and then plus, vars, choose 5 for statistics, right arrow twice over the equation, and I choose 3 for C. And now if I press graph, you see it's the same graph we got before. But I have not hard-coded these now. So if I went and changed my data and did my quadratic regression again, then my graph would automatically change when I graphed it, which is kind of cool. But those are the 2 different ways you can do it. Let me show you how to set your calculator back. Of course, I'm on y equals. You press y equals. You can press clear to clear out that line. If I do second y equals, my first plot is still on. So I do enter on that. My flashing cursor is on the on. I'm going to right arrow over, put my flashing cursor on off, and press enter. And you should see shading change to that. Okay, well now if I go back to y equals, I can type whatever I want in here. But we want to make sure we do a zoom, and then choose 6 for Z standard. And that sets you back to your standard viewing window. And that's how to find a quadratic model on a TI-82 calculator.